Hello my friends, today I wanted to show you how to make apple cider vinegar. It's really easy and apple cider vinegar has a lot of health benefits.
My favorite is in the morning you take a warm glass of water and then some apple cider vinegar, mix it in with some honey, and you drink that, and that's going to give you a lot of energy for the day.
That gives you so much energy and it helps with your immunity and you don't get sick.
And it also helps boost your immune system, so you're not going to get sick as easily.
Now before you do anything with the apple cider vinegar, you have to wash your hands with soap and water. That's very important, so let's do that. And then dry them. So what we need to make apple cider vinegar, we need apples, and I use organic apples. I have some old organic apples. They are withered a little bit, and all you need is actually just apple peel and the core, but since they are so old, I'm just gonna chop them in pieces and just take out the stems, and I'm gonna use all of the apple. Then you need water. You have to boil the water and then cool it down so it's not hot. I just boiled this water, it's still a little bit warm. And then you need sugar, unpurified is the best, and the proportion is 1 cup of water to 1 teaspoon of sugar. So this is 8 cups of water. I'm gonna put 8 teaspoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 8. And we're gonna just mix it so it dissolves nicely, and in the meantime I'm just gonna cut the apples. And you're not gonna take out the cores, just take out the stem and just toss them in there. If you see some rotten parts, just cut them out. You don't want that in your apple cider vinegar like this. And a spoiled portion, just cut out. I just want to mention to you that I wash the apples really well before I start cutting them.
Just keep cutting the apples to fill the container. Just removing the stem.
So we cut all the apples that we had and the water has cooled down. So now I'm just gonna pour the water to cover the apples. And I'm gonna need a little bit more water. Again, we're using boiled water that has been cooled down. And I'm gonna put another 8 cups. This water is still a little bit hot, so I'm gonna have to wait till I pour it on the apples. And our proportion is 8 teaspoons for 8 cups of water. 1. Mix it gently a little bit. And then when it's cooled down, I'm gonna pour it over the apples. So we're gonna fill this jar until the water covers all the apples and a little bit more. I would buy apple cider vinegar, but make sure that it says that it's with mother. And this is actually my own vinegar, but what I did the first time that I was making the apple cider vinegar, I took some of the store-bought one and I added to kind of start the whole process. I'm gonna weigh the apples down because I don't want them coming close to the surface. I'm gonna put the mother that I have on the top. And this way I don't have to worry and stir it or anything. If you don't have the mother, stir the apple cider vinegar with like a metal spoon once a day and until you see like a film forming on the top, and then just leave it alone. Now cover it with cotton and secure it so the flies won't get to it with a tie. And put it in a warm, kind of dark place. This one stands on my kitchen counter by the stove top, and it just takes about 6 to 8 weeks to have a whole batch of apple cider vinegar. Now this has been fermenting for about 6 weeks now, and we have apple peels and apple cores in here, and you see on the top this film that's called mother, and those are the beneficial bacteria that cause the fermentation, so don't throw that away. And on the bottom this sediment, that's also part of the mother, so that's all good stuff. So, and you see the nice brown color, so that's our apple cider vinegar after about 6 to 8 weeks of fermentation. This was standing on my kitchen counter by the stove, so you know, kind of warm, darkish place. It was covered with like a cotton cloth and secured just with a string. So after about 6-7 weeks, we're just gonna taste it, and sometimes you just go by taste, but today I'm just gonna show you the acidity of this. We're gonna check how much acid is in there. Normal apple cider vinegar is between 2.5, 3.5 pH, what we call. So let's do that now. So I'm just gonna use a regular pH meter to check pH. This is water from my kitchen sink, and I'm gonna check pH of this water, and you can see that it's about, the water in my sink is basic 8.5, so it's I have a basic water. pH of 7 is neutral, so this was just for a comparison. Now I'm gonna check this. So I emptied the cup, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of my apple cider vinegar. And we're gonna check the pH of it. And it's pH 3.4. Also, that's good. I'm just gonna stop the fermentation at this point. 3.3. That's pretty acidic. The acid in our stomach, the hydrochloric acid, has a pH of 2.5, so this is like really acidic. So we washed our hands, and we're gonna take out the matter from the top. It's kind of separates. We're gonna save it. Just a little bit more of it. This I'm just gonna put here. Now I weigh down the apples with this, so with a little glass, so there's nothing on the surface, that there's just water on the surface. That not always works very well, but we do our best. Now we're gonna just pour the apple cider vinegar. And that's ready, apple cider vinegar. Now I prepared some bottles here, and we're gonna bottle it, and you can keep it in the refrigerator, or you can keep it just on a shelf in a cool place, and it will stay fresh. So I'm just gonna fill this bottle to the top. And that's ready. This is a little bit heavy. Now don't throw away those apples, those fermented apples. If you have chickens, you can feed them to the chickens, or you can put it on your compost pile, and they serve wonderfully for both purposes. Okay, so that's about all the vinegar. So all I used was apple peels, and I had some apple cores, and water and sugar, and I'm gonna give it if that residue on the bottom bothers you, you can use a coffee filter and filter it through it, and it will be clear. So what I do is I just take 1 cup of warm water, it's better to drink warm water than cold water for your stomach. Then I add just a teaspoon of honey, organic honey, and you can leave it overnight. That's the best way to do it. If you don't have time, you just need to do what you have time for. Mix it and then add a little bit of the apple cider vinegar, like about 1 teaspoon. So if you leave it overnight, you don't add vinegar. You add vinegar in the morning. You warm it up a little bit and then you add vinegar in the morning. And then you mix it up and you drink it. And it tastes just wonderful and it's so good for you. So I drink my apple cider vinegar drink every morning and sometimes between the meals. It's better to drink it on empty stomach. It's more beneficial to us. I noticed that it gives me a lot more energy, and what it does, it alkalizes your body. You know, even though this is acid, it makes your body more alkaline, which is really what you want. Also, it improves our digestion. Sometimes I get heartburn, and then I drink a little bit of my drink, and that takes away the heartburn almost instantly. And many people told me that it works for them too. And there's a reason for it. I'm not gonna go into the detail about the sphincter that doesn't close fully, and that causes the heartburn, the sphincter above the stomach. And once you provide enough acid, then it closes, so it takes away the heartburn. But that's a little bit more detailed than I want to go into. Also, I noticed that the apple cider vinegar helps me to detoxify. It removes like the unhealthy chemicals from my body, and it makes me drink actually more water. I have difficulty drinking water, and this makes me have more thirst than I normally do. So I drink my water, but I always try to put a little bit of good salt in it, the salt with all the minerals. That is like Himalayan salt or Celtic salt. Just put a little bit in the water and then I drink my water. It helps me not to get sick as easily because 80% of our immunity comes from our bowels, from our intestines, and we often don't have enough healthy bacteria, the good kind of bacteria, to work in our intestines with the immune system. And this provides the bacteria that are needed because it has this matter in it, and that's the good bacteria. You're supplementing your body with the beneficial bacteria. It's called probiotics, and when you have that, then your immunity is functioning better and you don't get sick. So like this winter, I noticed that quite a few people got sick, and I haven't had a flu shot and I haven't gotten sick at all. But I've been drinking my apple cider vinegar drink. I also use it in a way that when I shampoo my hair, I don't use conditioner. I don't buy hair conditioner anymore. I just buy the shampoo, and then after I shampoo my hair, I spray it on my hair and just leave it on. The recommended dose is like 1 cup of water and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. But honestly, sometimes I just pour the apple cider vinegar straight on my hair and just leave it like that, and there's no smell. It makes your hair feel healthy and shiny. So right pH level, because our hair normally is acidic. That helps me save on my hair supplies. It is also an excellent disinfectant for like kitchen countertops and other things. You can use it that way as well. Another benefit of the apple cider vinegar is that it helps me lose weight. It definitely decreases my appetite. Unfortunately, I eat too much. I enjoy eating, and when I started drinking the apple cider vinegar, I noticed that I don't have so many cravings for food. So that's a huge benefit for me. You can make delicious dressings with your apple cider vinegar. Just put a little bit in a blender. Just a little bit olive oil, salt and pepper, and then spices, whatever spices you have. After you add all of that, just mix it with the Vitamix or whatever other blender you have. When it's finished blending, just add a little bit of onions. Just blend them in, and you have a very healthy dressing for your salad. Just mix it in and enjoy. So there are a lot of uses, and you can check it on internet. A lot of resources, and I just love my apple cider vinegar. So cheers!
Drink homemade apple cider vinegar. Cheers!